Good morning, students of standard 11. Today we are going to study topic blood from chapter 7, structural organization in animals. Blood, it's a fluid connective tissue. So students, blood actually is a fluid, that is actually is a liquid connective tissue because it gets transported from the superior parts of the body to the inferior parts of the body. It comprises of two components, plasma and blood cells. So students, the two most important components of the blood are plasma and blood cells. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, then you can easily understand that the main composition of blood comprises of plasma, which is up to 55% of the total blood volume, and the another most important component of the blood is the blood cell, which is further distinguished into white blood cell and platelets and red blood cell. So students, the percentage of the blood cells is 45% of the total blood volume. Plasma, it is transparent fluid component of blood. So since plasma actually is transparent fluid component of the blood, that is the main composition of the plasma is 93% water. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, then you can notice here that inside the blood vessel, it is also mentioned here, there is flow of the blood cells, and you can see here that there is a flow of transparent fluid component of the blood, which we call it as plasma, which comprises 55% of the total blood volume. Blood cells. These are the cells present in blood. The following are the cells in blood: RBC, WBC, and platelets. So students, the three most important components of blood are RBC, WBC, and platelets. And these all three blood cells taken collectively forms the blood cells. RBC, it is red in color due to hemoglobin. So students, RBC, which we call it as red blood cell, the color of which is red due to the presence of a specific pigment present on the surface of red blood cell, which we call it as hemoglobin. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, then you can easily understand the flow of the RBC. So students, this is the RBC, which you can notice here, and this is flowing inside the blood vessels. So students, this tube-like structure which you can notice here is actually the blood vessels, and in these blood vessels you can find the flow of the RBC. WBC, it is colorless cell present in blood. So students, the full form of WBC is white blood cell, and it is called as white blood cell because there is no presence of any kind of specific pigment in the WBC, and that is why it is colorless. So students, we can say that in the WBC there is complete absence of hemoglobin, which we represent it as Hb. So students, there are certain different types of white blood cells. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, you can easily notice the different types of WBC, which are monocytes, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and neutrophils. So students, these monocytes, eosinophils, basophils, lymphocytes and neutrophils are the important types of WBC which remains present in the blood. Platelets is an important component of blood which ensures blood clotting. So students, the most important function of the platelet is that it ensures blood clotting. So its blood clotting is the process by which excessive release of blood from the body is stopped or is reduced. So students, due to the presence of the platelets, the blood does not continue to be getting released due to any kind of injury on the body. So students, if you concentrate on this picture, then you can notice the shape and size of the platelets. So students, the shape of the platelet is generally biconvex. So students, platelets are generally biconvex, and the main function of which is in blood clotting. So blood clotting is the process by which excessive release of blood is stopped so that the person can receive. Students, if you concentrate on this picture, then you can also notice along with the platelets there is presence of red blood cells also. So students, these are the red blood cells and they are red due to the presence of hemoglobin. Students, now let's discuss a very important question. What is the most important function of blood? The most important function of blood is to transport oxygen. Students, blood transport oxygen in the form of oxyhemoglobin. So whenever Hb, which remains present on the surface of red blood cell, combines with the oxygen, then by the combination of Hb present on the surface of RBC and the oxygen which we inhale during the inhalation process of breathing, when both the hemoglobin and the oxygen combines, then there is a formation of oxyhemoglobin. So it's the molecular formula of oxyhemoglobin is HbO2. So students, this HbO2 is the molecular formula of oxyhemoglobin. Students, the presence of oxyhemoglobin ensures the proper distribution of oxygen throughout the whole body, so that each and every part of the body gets proper oxygen. Students, oxygen is utilized during the process of respiration, and respiration is the process in which breaking down of food takes place in the presence of oxygen, so that energy can be released in the form of ATP. So students, here we can easily notice that if the respiration in each and every cell has to take place, then there must be presence of oxygen, because the breaking down of food will require the presence of oxygen, and it is only the blood which ensures the equitable transport of oxygen from superior parts of the body to the inferior parts of the body. Thank you, students.